So Parler, I have a bit of Parler news. There was an exclusive kind of interview with John Matz, the CEO of Parler, and he kind of went through everything that's actually going on. This time, I think we really have some serious news on it. Now, last week, Dan Bongino said that the site would be back up and running by week's end. That didn't happen. Okay, it's Monday, site's still down basically, but there's a little bit of good news that's going on. So I'm going to get into a little bit of that now. So this, the chief executive officer, John Matz, he said he is confident that his social media platform will be back online in the near future after his team was able to launch a static website and recover the company's data over the weekend in a series of positive developments. Now, if you go to parler.com right now, you're going to see a splash page. It's going to have like John Matz. He says, "Hello world," which is kind of a developer inside joke thing. And then he has kind of a brief statement basically just saying that we're still here. Now, he says a lot more in this article, so that's what I'm going to focus on. So directly from John Matz, he says, "I'm confident that by the end of the month, we will be back up." Matz told Fox News during a phone interview. So that's what we're hoping. Month's end is kind of where they're looking at right now. But he said he's confident in that, which makes me believe that they have another host. I don't know who that is. It might be Epic. Epic is the site that basically hosts, or not doesn't host, but at least holds the domain for Gab.com, another free speech platform. So we'll see what happens with that. But more from what he's saying here. He says, "Every day it changes wildly. I feel confident now," Matt said. "We're making significant progress. When you go to parler.com, it doesn't go into the void now. It hits a server and it returns just one piece of information." So the statement that he put on the site is, "Now seems like the right time to remind you all, both lovers and haters, why we started this platform. We believe privacy is paramount and free speech essential, especially on social media. Our aim has always been to provide a nonpartisan public square where individuals can enjoy and exercise their rights to both. We will resolve any challenge before us and plan to welcome all of you back soon. We will not let civil discourse perish." Matz goes on to say, we're going to be putting periodic updates there. And he said that the goal is basically to get an update out every day. Now, we're going to see how that goes. I hope they do. I think they owe it to a lot of the people that have truly invested in Parler to do this. Now, one of the things that I thought was a bit weird is that they said that the data they just recovered this past Friday. I know that they were saying that Amazon, I knew they had shut their servers off. Now, the problem is that I knew that they needed to transfer the data. I thought they did that already. I thought they did that a week ago. Apparently, they just did it. So Amazon must have helped them get the data off of those servers, or at least given them the time to do that so they didn't lose everything. So once it comes back up, that should be good news. That will mean that everything should be back to normal if all the systems are in place as they were before. So the other kind of development that you may have heard about is that Parler is suing Amazon for its decision to sever ties, claiming the move is motivated by political animus and is both a breach of contract and an antitrust violation. Amazon had nothing to do with Parler resurfacing online, as Matt's team got the page up independently. So once again, there's some type of host. I'm thinking it's probably Epic, but I'm speculating. It does say, however, Matz did manage to recover Parler's data from Amazon on Friday, which is what I was talking about earlier. A key step into eventually relaunching and another major step in the right direction. "Now we can finally rebuild Parler," Matt said. "It's critically important." So when they're talking about rebuilding, it doesn't mean that they're literally restarting from scratch. What they're really talking about is rebuilding the framework on how the site got its data and everything else like that. So obviously, I believe Parler was very heavily tied into the Amazon servers. Therefore, it's going to take time to migrate those channels to be compatible with a different host. And that's what I think is going to take most of the time. So hopefully they'll be up in the next 2 weeks. The last thing he said here was, "Despite all this, we haven't had one employee quit," Matt said. "Not one. Even with them being harassed and threatened, no one has quit. We've got a strong team, and that has made them believe in us even more." And that is awesome to hear, because it would be horrible to see the Parler team just kind of ditch the whole platform in lieu of all of these events. So we'll see. I feel very optimistic as well about Parler. I think it'll be back soon. We all needed to be back soon. I think Gab has taught us very kind of in a weird way that a lot of people have this kind of weird animus towards Parler on Gab. But the fact is that we need more free speech platforms, and we have to be open to those. And if, you have one free speech platform slamming another free speech platform, our focus is in the wrong direction. We need to keep it all together and work together to get all of these sites back up and running and flourishing and doing well for themselves. That is the ultimate goal. You just watched a clip from the William Hall Show. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.